Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing tonight? Well, wonderful news today. We're getting the F3H Demon. And yes, I'm going to become a Demon driver. And one of my crews is going to become Demon mechanics. And I'm going to sit in the chair. And I'm going to have fun. Because I like the Demon. And I think we should have had the Demon long before we have the F4 Phantom. Now, you might not understand why I think that, but for the longest time, Gaijin was saying, we're never going to go supersonic. I was like, okay, you're not going to go supersonic, but the Demon's not supersonic. Oh, we're not going to go and we're not going to use missiles. Okay, the Demon's got 4 cannons. They're the Colt Mk 12s. And still no Demon. And then we got air-to-air missiles. And then we got supersonic. And it was like, okay, we got super fast and missiles. And originally the first missiles were blah. And the Bs still are not really great. AIM-9B is not a great missile. But I've still managed to pull off a kill or two with it. Matter of fact, most of my kills are with a missile. And using an attacker, not a fighter. I'm not that good with the fighters. But the Demon's kind of a little different. The Demon is the follow-on from the F3H-2 Banshee. And it is the progenitor of the F4 Phantom. Originally, what they were going to do with the Demon, the F3H-3 or 4, I'm not sure, I think it was the 4, F3H-4, was to be an enlarged Demon with 2 engines. And they kept looking at it and turning their head sideways and went, this ain't gonna work. And they redesigned it a whole lot and they come out with the Phantom. Meanwhile, keep your eye on the ball. There was another plane that came out before the Phantom, and that was the F-101 Voodoo. So you've got the Phantom, the Banshee, the Demon, the Voodoo, and then the Phantom 2. 5 planes. And somewhere along in there, McDonnell teamed up with Douglas, and they became McDonnell Douglas. And they continued making F4 Phantoms for quite some time. Matter of fact, there's a lot of them out there, still. Mainly because they're good bomb trucks. They are excellent at carrying heavy loads. Now the Demon, not so much. Its single engine isn't all that to write home about. Although we are getting the F3H-2, which has the better engine. The F3H-1, yeah, that engine had some serious issues. And they ditched it quickly. Thank God McDonnell made the engine bay large enough to handle the J71. But they also didn't have enough room when they redesigned it to become the F4 to be able to stuff 2 J79s in there, hence the complete redesign into the F4. Now, the Voodoo also has the J79, and the Voodoo F101A, that has cannons. But the missiles it carries are an issue. They're the AIM-4 Falcons. Now, if you thought the AIM-9B was a bad missile, you ain't seen nothing yet. The AIM-4 is absolutely atrocious. It is designed specifically to go after something like a bear or a bison or a bull, TU4, to those of you that don't know the NATO designators. But the AIM-4, no good for air-to-air combat unless you're hunting a bomber. They were horrible. And originally, the Air Force Phantoms were packing AIM-4s. Why we started off with AIM-9s, I understand. It was easier to make one that you're going to be using across all platforms, but yeah, there you have it. Now, would I like to see the AIM-4 added to the game? Sure, why not? Just another missile. Although you wouldn't be using it on any of the Phantoms. Nobody would use it. Now, if we got the F101, the A model, I could understand carrying the AIM-4s. I don't think they ever carried the AIM-9s. I don't think they were ever equipped with that. And any of the research I've done never mentions them. And it doesn't mention the Sparrow. It doesn't mention anything other than the Genie. And we're not getting the Genie. Ain't nobody going to get the Genie in this game unless Gaijin loses its mind and gives us nuclear weapons. And I don't see that happening. But I wouldn't mind seeing the 101 because it's one hell of a cool plane. Take the F4 Phantom, stretch it out. Pull the tail out further, and oh my goodness, you got yourself a voodoo. And there ain't no voodoo that you do that you can voodoo any more than the voodoo do. Voodoo doo 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 doo. Good plane. I used to love watching them fly over my house in upstate New York. That was absolutely spectacular to watch those things. And they were camouflaged just like the Phantom you see on the screen. And most of the ones that I was seeing were the RF-101s, which would be the recon. They were photo planes. They didn't have any weaponry. But by God, they were fast. They would come over low and fast and just screaming. They might have been about 2,000 feet in the air. And 2,000 feet in the air, where I lived, meant that they were only about 500 feet over your head. It was interesting to watch them flying over. But we're getting the F3H, and the Demon is a plane that we should have gotten before we got the F4 Phantom. And if we were going to go down that line right after the F3H, we should have gotten the F4D. Now, if you don't know what the F-4D is, that's the Sky Ray. It was the first supersonic interceptor for the Navy, and it packed Sidewinders or Sparrows. The Demon can pack Sidewinders or Sparrows. And the Sparrow mounted Demons were F3H-2Ms. Now, will we get them someday? Maybe, maybe not, maybe, don't know for sure. This is going to be up to Gaijin. If they decide that we can use the Sparrows, then we'll get them. They're probably going to make them really hard to use if we do get them. So, anyone who's jonesing real hard, yeah, continue jonesing. Now, one thing that the Demon is going to be capable of, because it's a Navy fighter, it's going to be able to carry a pretty good ordnance load. If you saw the COOM of the dev blog, they showed it carrying Tiny Tim pods. God, I wish they would fix those damn things, because they slow a plane down tremendously, and there's no way to get rid of them. If you get intercepted before you get to the combat area or to the place where you're going to do some ground striking, you can't get rid of the pods. That is absolutely insane. They were droppable. You could jettison them just like that. Get rid of everything. And go into air-to-air mode. But for some reason, Gaijin will not put that into the game. Haven't figured that one out yet. And it's really annoying. Because they not only put tremendous amount of drag on the aircraft, they add a tremendous amount of weight to make your maneuvers even sluggisher. Is that even a word? Sluggisher? More sluggish. So, am I stoked for the Demon? You betcha. I want to be a Demon driver. And if you're good, sometime in the notes of this YouTube video, I'm going to find the place on the web that sells the patches. There's patches for all of these. There's the ones for Phantom, there's ones for the Demon. I'm sure there's ones for the Banshee, there's sabers, super sabers. I only have the ones for the US planes. I do not have the ones for foreign governments. So if you guys have access to any of those, go get them. This Subdude signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow, and we'll catch you in the sky in air realistic on the good maps. Good night, folks.